It's been a little while since we potted last, but I'm still here and I'm still excited.
Happy post Caravana before we start off. Like the end of the summer
Facts.
is post Caravana, so
Facts.
anyone to it's not seasonal depression yet, but I know people have that post Caravana depression. So
It's creeping in.
yeah,
It's actually real. It's real. It's like seasonal depression, kind of,
Fair.
in a way. Chris,
Yes, sir.
how we looking?
We're looking good.
How we sounding?
Sounding even better.
And how are we smelling today?
Pretty decent. You know, nothing fouls in the air. So I'd say we're on par for a good day.
Okay, no Febreze needed.
Nah, no Febreze needed. I got a few of the plugins at the front just to maintain like that initial walk into the studio. Other than that-
1990 studios, they make sure you smell right and you sound even better. Adriel, I got a question for you. What episode are we on?
big 6-0.
Episode 60 of the Mayor's Office podcast, baby. We made it to another set of 10s, and I love to see it. I told you last episode I couldn't wiggity wait, and now we are here.
That's what you said. Correct.
And now we are here. Episode 60 of the Mayor's Office podcast. We've given you guys over 60 hours of consistent content, 60 hours of vibes, and one live show. Crazy how we do it. Crazy how we do it. And I'm your host, Ralph, a.k.a. The Mayor, a.k.a. The Last Mayor Bender, a.k.a. Sad that the summer is going away. And I don't do this podcast by myself. I do it with my two amazing co-hosts. The first, the owner of 1990 Studios, the man behind the scenes, the man on camera, the man wherever he needs to be, Chris Stacks Edwards.
How you doing? Yeah, we're back, baby. Mayor's Office podcast, and feeling good today, boys. It feels like it's been a while since we've sat.
It does feel like it's been a
Sat
while.
We've
down
had
and
a couple
chatted.
gaps. Yeah, we had a couple gaps, and we'll get into why we've had those gaps, and there's no issues, such as life. Things happen.
Internal beef.
Uh,
Too soon.
yeah, too soon. Yo, speaking of co-hosts, friends, someone that I consider my family, one of the greatest gentlemen to ever go behind a mic within this city, Adriel Smiley, adrielsmiley.com. Talk to him.
It's good to be back. I want to thank everyone again for coming to the live show. I know we did that last episode, but I want to practice gratitude on this podcast. So thank y'all again for showing up.
And we appreciate that, Adriel. We really, really do appreciate that. But there's people out there that I don't appreciate. People that I do not want to wish a good day. You want to know who they are?
Tell me.
The people I don't want to wish a good day are the people that lie about their ETA.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Do not tell me you're on the way when you're just getting in the shower.
I hate that. I knew someone who did that. They didn't do it to me. I saw them do it to other people, and I said, what is the point of this?
Crazy.
What? Yeah. So I wish a bad day to y'all.
Yeah,
Don't lie about your ETA.
that's fair. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in recovery of being an ETA liar. My punctuality wasn't always as good as it should be. But I'd like to think over these last couple of years owning my own business, I'm very punctual. When it came to work, I was always punctual. But I'm like, not shower, I'm on the way. But it's like, yeah, I'm about to hop in my whip. But I'm like inside the house and I'm like, doing a couple extra things.
Yeah.
Someone's waiting for me. So I was bad like that. And I have a few friends who still hold on to that. But I'm fighting to take that jacket off.
I'm going to give the one scenario where it's okay to lie about your ETA.
Okay.
If you're lying, that it's longer than it is. Like your ETA is actually 30 minutes, but you say it's 40 minutes. That's okay to do.
Okay.
You get a pass from me if you do that. I've done that a few times. And why I like to do that is like the person's pleasantly surprised when you show up. And it makes
It's like a little gift.
It makes it seem like you rushed so hard to be here.
Yeah.
It's like, I said 40 minutes, but I'm here in 30. I wanted to make sure I was here. So if you want to get some good lies off, you didn't hear from me, but that one's okay.
I want to say, if there was a sixth love language, telling me the right ETA might be one of them, because nothing warms my heart more than a woman that communicates on her timing, on her distance, and her ETA to get to an event, dinner, whatever the case is. I've went out with some people that are very, very, very late.
Mhm.
And I've been out with people that are very, very on time. And especially me as a guy that currently doesn't drive. If my friends choose to pick me up, I would love for them to just let me know the exact time that they're going to be outside.
Yes.
I like catching niggas. I live in a condo. I like catching niggas when they say I'm downstairs. No, I came 5 minutes early. You're not downstairs. I'm downstairs.
Exactly.
I don't see you out here.
Yep.
But you told me that preemptively so I can
Mhm.
get downstairs. I'm not going to be the late one. You guys don't worry about me. I got us.
You know what? I like that. That's a good way to start this podcast.
Yeah, we try. Adriel, tell me what happened to black people in 1960. I don't want to hear nothing about white people, native people, Asian people, nothing. Tell me what happened to black people in 1960.
So it was a great year for blacks, depending on how you want to look at it, but definitely an important year for blacks. Let's start with the civil rights movement. Okay.
Wait. Shout outs to Chris hitting the sound effects when you heard it's an important year for blacks.
Yep.
There we go.
That's an ally right there. So this one is not directly for the blacks, but it feels like a very black adjacent thing. In 1960, professional football became the most popular American sport, surpassing baseball in attendance and television viewership. A lot of black people in football. We don't own it, but I think that was a major thing for us because baseball got less black over the years. Football got more black. So I think that's something there. 1960, we had some student sit-ins that forced the desegregation of lunch counters in drug and variety stores in the South.
Okay.
That I think about the sit-in era of the civil rights movement. Do you feel like you were built for that?
Yes, because I love to sit.
Yeah, seeing some of those pictures and videos, I don't know if I was built for that. Excuse me. And then last but not least, I was gonna say living legend, but this person is absolutely not alive. Muhammad Ali, at this time still known as Cassius Clay, wins the gold medal in the Olympic Games in Rome.
Okay.
So those are 1960 facts. I want to end with a big win from Cassius Clay.
I like that. You did great. You did really good. You did really good.
Yeah, I want to end on a win because the 60s was a hard time for black people. So
Yeah.
I had to get a big dub in there.
I feel like the next 35 episodes, you'll have some good like black accomplishments. Then it kind of slows down a little bit for us. Like then we're established at that point.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say we're still not that established.
Fair.
But I think that we're going to have a mix. We're going to have some sad stuff coming up in the next few episodes.
Yes.
So we got some people passing away, but we got some triumph as well. So we're going to try and keep away from sports because I feel like sports is like a crutch for black people.
I like that.
In terms of wins, we'll stay away from sports. Maybe add some music stuff in there, some art, some culture. So
I like the segregation ones.
Yeah.
We're going to start running out of them in the next 15 episodes.
That was a crazy sentence, but I know what you meant.
But I don't want to ruin it for people because I have a knack for ruining some things.
Oof.
I want to get into a little story time with you guys, okay?
Are you going to name names?
Should I name names? I told them that I was going to actually say.
You know what? Name names.
All right, cool. Chris, are you ready for this?
Oh, buddy, I was born ready.
All right, sounds good, Lance Stevenson. All right. So, one fateful Saturday, all right, I get a message. From one of the lovely ladies from New Jewel, Eloquent. She reaches out to me. She says, "Hey, Ralph, my business partner, and also my friend Jasmine, the other part of New Jewel, it's her 30th birthday, and she wants to have a surprise birthday party." I say, "Eloquent, say no more. I'm there." Eloquent sends me the time. She just says it's 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock. I say, "Shit, I can pull up. It ain't nothing. It's a nice little Sunday vibe. It's still warmish outside. Yeah, sure." And I got a lot of love for Jasmine.
Yep.
Cool. So what do? I prepare myself because I've been to so many surprise parties. You know what I mean? I know the vibes. I know what I'm going to do. So I go LCBO. I buy her a bottle of champagne.
Yep.
I get home and it's about 5 hours out. I'm like, yo, I can't really go by myself. Let me reach out to my dog. Adriel has met these two lovely ladies. They're one of the sponsors from the live podcast. So I say, "Hey, Adriel, you have some free time? You want to pull up with me for a couple hours?" Adriel does his usual, give me every single fucking detail, questions. And I provided that. Adriel put it through his processing machine. And then he approved. So Adriel said, yeah, I'll be able to pull up. I say no more. Adriel said, yo, I got a family thing after, but I can make moves. I say, all right, cool. It's going to be a surprise party. Let's see what the vibes are. So Adriel scoops me at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't lie about his ETA. Adriel scoops me at the right time. And we're driving over. And me and him, we're giddy. We're like, oh, man, Eloquent and Jasmine, they're two lovely young ladies. It's going to be a nice vibe. You know what I mean? Can't wait to surprise Jasmine. I got this big, nice bottle of champagne for Jasmine. Life's going to be good.
I'm going to stop you there.
Yeah.
We were talking about kind of what we were doing outfit-wise. That was one thing we mentioned. We're like, we don't know what the vibe is. So there was a little sprinkle of uncertainty.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we were like, okay, am I wearing the right thing? I was wearing basically all black, some Chuck Taylors, and like a military vest type deal.
Yes.
You had like a polo on with a t-shirt underneath.
Yeah.
And so we were like, we don't know the vibe of how people are going to be dressed here. All we knew was going to be Soca. That was one thing we knew for sure.
Eloquent did put on the invitation that there's going to be Soca playing the entire night.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, cool. So yeah, me and Adriel were dressed vastly different from each other. All right, so we get to the spot, but Eloquent didn't tell me what time was the surprise. So I just assumed that the surprise would just be later. She never said what time to get there. She just said 3 to 8. So me and Adriel, we get out the car. We're giddy. I get my nice big bottle of champagne, and we start walking to the front of the venue. As we open the door, the entrance, who do we see? The birthday girl. That was a wrong sound effect. I was not excited to see the birthday girl. So as we see the birthday girl, we sit back and we look, and so many things are running through our head. Did we ruin the surprise? Did I ruin the surprise? Did I fuck up? And she says hi to us. Adriel walks in like the gentleman he is, and he hugs her. Me, the embarrassed Negro as I am, I turned right around and decided not to hug her, and I walked right out.
You were like, there was like a corner between the staircase and the building. You were in that corner like you were in timeout from yourself.
I was cotched up in a corner because I felt like I fucked this entire surprise birthday up. So many things were running through my mind. How dare I fuck this thing up? Does she know that it's her birthday surprise party? Where is Eloquent at this point in time? Why isn't she answering my messages?
Oh, it was stressful.
It was very stressful.
So we went back to the car, kind of deliberated.
Yep.
And I gathered that she didn't know that it was a surprise. She was saying to us, oh, I'm here for a shoot. Now, respectfully, none of us asked her what she was there for.
Very true.
So her explaining that to us, I said, maybe she doesn't know it's a surprise party.
True.
And she's wondering why we're there. And I said, we came together. She knows about the podcast. Let's just say we're also there for a shoot. I think she'll believe it. So that's what we did.
Did she believe it?
She did.
She did.
So we reconvened, as Adriel said. We talked about it. I was more stressed than Adriel. Adriel's a lot calmer. I do respect him a ton for that. And yeah, we walked in and she's like, hey, why are you guys here? And I'm like, oh, I was just so surprised that you were here. Like, I just, like, I stepped out. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, me and him were doing a photo shoot. So she's like, okay, cool. So I'm like, yeah, we'll see you later. Like, it was good. I'll text you. Cool. So then we end up finding the room, and me and Adriel walk in the room, and people were about to say surprise, and then they found out it was just two niggas.
Yeah. How we found the room, though? We were so also in this invite, the Eloquent, kind of botched. Love you, but botched. She didn't say what unit it was in this building. So this was a building that it's like kind of like where we've shot some stuff before, where there's a bunch of different studios, a bunch of different units. And there's like a hallway down the right, a hallway down the left, stairs going up, stairs going down. There's so much going on that we're like, which direction do we even go in first? Of course, we went the wrong direction first, naturally.
100%.
And we say, okay, let's walk past her and maybe go upstairs, see what's going on there. Again, don't know what unit it is. So we use our Negro abilities and listen in for the Soca. Okay? Even though I'm not a Soca man myself, I have the ears for it. So we kind of listen closely like detectives.
Yes.
Heard the Soca.
My waistline was guiding me to the door.
The same waistline from the live show.
Yes.
And we got to the door, and you're right. They thought they were surprising Jasmine,
And it was just us.
just us. And I'll say this is like, we were 100%. Our giddiness was gone. Like
Our
us,
giddiness was gone.
us
yeah.
ruining the surprise. We were just happy to be at the right place,
Yeah,
and I've not ruined the surprise.
exactly. But funny enough, Jasmine believed Adriel's smoothness and Adriel's lies, which leads me to believe that he's lied to women before.
Allegedly.
And her surprise went out without a hitch. She was very happy.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best botched surprise in history because 100% she saw us right away, and Ralph, like his face, like if he could go white in the face, he would have went white in the face, like he did something wrong.
Crazy.
And so for her to not know anything was wrong after that, I was like, you're excited for this photo shoot you got going on. Like you're locked in.
And it was a good little vibe. They set it up. It was
Mhm.
Jasmine had a good time. So I know it's gonna be a few days after your birthday, but happy 30th from the Mayor's Office podcast.
Her birthday's today.
Birthday's today, yeah, time of recording. So shout outs to you. 30 is a big year, so appreciate that. Shout outs to New Jewel. All right, so that's what happened to me recently. But one of the reasons why we took a little bit of a delay with the pod and everything like that is because my brother in Christ ended up going on a big trip to
Mhm.
Chicago.
Yeah.
And Toronto right now feels like the Windy City. But you
Facts.
went to the actual Windy City.
Yep. First time in Chicago. Chicago showed me love. Chicago showed me love. People say it's a better version of Toronto. Kind of from the architecture and how it's built. I only was there for a week, so I can't speak to that, but I understand where they're coming from. I was there the same time as Lollapalooza, so a lot was going on, and it didn't feel congested, which I feel like if Toronto had Lollapalooza, it would feel like so packed.
It'd be rough out here.
Yeah, so just that, I was like, the city's good, but I was there for the National Association of Black Journalists convention. They have a different city every year. Last year was Las Vegas. This year was Chicago. Next year will be in Cleveland for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, good luck with that, brother.
Yeah. And it was good. It was a fun time meeting all these black journalists, seeing everyone's work, meeting some great people. The biggest presence at the convention was ESPN. Like they were everywhere. They had a live episode of First Take.
Oh shit.
From there, they had
Okay.
a sports breakfast. Malika Andrews was there. Jay
Yeah.
Donde,
Okay.
Chris Haynes. So yeah, a lot of big names. But it was really fun to see all these successful black people. I saw Trump in person.
Yes, you're a Republican now.
Listen. Trump is something else. Like I don't know if I was voting for him before, but after seeing him live, that boy is surgical.
Mm.
The whole crowd was against him. This is a room full of 4,000 black journalists. It was like we weren't even there. He was calling Kamala by the wrong name, making fun of people in the crowd.
Crazy.
Like, no, he's surgical. So
Did he consider journalism a black job?
he said all jobs are black jobs.
Okay.
So yeah, and then he said he's the one who's supporting black colleges more than anybody else. So just hearing him in person and seeing how relentless he is, he was even kind of making fun of the moderators and
He has
kinda going at
charisma,
them.
man. He's smooth.
And I was like, I can kind of see how people vote for him. Like, it doesn't make sense completely, but he definitely commands the room. And my favorite part of that whole thing was seeing his supporters. There was a woman in a cowboy hat that said "Make America Great Again." Someone was in a hard hat that said "Make America Great Again."
Damn.
There was a black woman outside in a dad hat, "Make America Great Again," and she had every pin just on her jacket. And it was 1,000,000 degrees outside.
Jeez.
They
So-
roll deep, eh?
Seeing his supporters was crazy. And then seeing the Secret Service up close. That was cool to see because the Secret Service cops were out there, of course, former president. They got to have it pretty secure. But they brought TSA from the airport just for this. I asked them, I said, are you guys from the airport? Or are y'all like special presidential TSA? They're like, no, we work at the airport. We were brought here for this specifically.
Damn.
So I said, so the airport's not safe today. So that's what you're telling me.
Don't fly.
But they weren't playing around. That's most of it. They weren't not playing around. Like they took everyone's water bottles. People had apples in their bag, took their apples. I had a stress ball from the Athletic. They took that. I said, mental health? They said, no.
Makes
not
you wonder how
important.
Trump got shot. So
Yeah, that's a problem. I'm like, if this is how y'all really getting down, then what really happened there? But I'm just surprised he didn't come out to Many Men. That's what I was really waiting for. I was like, he's coming out to Many Men.
that would have been hard.
That would have
You
been.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, to see that live.
Yeah, but No, he's something else for
Okay.
sure.
So for the people out there, are you denouncing your Democratic ties?
I'm independent.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay independent. But I will say this: like, I do understand more how people vote for Trump. I don't agree with it, but I do understand more because I think people like charisma no matter the direction it's in.
Mhm.
It's like even if you disagree, someone speaks with conviction. They're charismatic. They feel like they believe what they're saying. That kind of always rises to the top, no matter the opinion. So seeing him have that, I said, "Oh, I get it now."
Okay. Okay, I ain't mad at that, bro.
Yeah.
So overall,
hmm
out of 10, how did you rank your Chicago experience?
Oh, it was a 10. Great experience. Great experience. I have a bunch of new family members. I went with a bunch of delegates. Shout out to the Mary and Shad Carey Center. They paid for us to go. So thank you to the group over there. So I have a bunch of new family members, a bunch of new friends.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I only know Chicago from what I see in TV and film.
Mhm.
So, and what I see in TV and film isn't usually the greatest.
No.
But I do see the architecture for Chicago. It does look beautiful. And I do hear downtown Chicago is very, very
No,
nice.
you would like it. I think you would like it for sure. Like I'm definitely gonna go back on a more vacation vibe.
Vacation in
Maybe
Chicago.
like a 3-4 day weekend type deal.
Okay, okay.
But not Chicago was a vibe for sure.
Would you
Like,
go in the summer or the winter?
summer? Everyone was telling me summertime Chicago was it. And I kind of see where they're coming from, like almost like how summertime Toronto was like, you can't miss it.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I'll say with that was a problem, which I think is most of America, is the DJs. The DJs that I heard,
You heard a lot of swag surf.
I wish I was dying to swag surf.
That'd been great.
I was dying to swag surf. Nah, it was just a lot of playing the whole song.
Mm.
Barely, it was basically Spotify. Like, not even a real
No
mix.
mixing.
Yeah, and it's like, you're playing the whole song no matter the song. Like they played Lovers and Friends, obviously classic record. We're here at the end of the whole song, just hearing Usher, like no. Like the song is done well before then.
Yeah, let's mix and move on or something.
Yeah, so that was the main problem is like you're getting the outro of every. Only thing I didn't hear was no skits, which was surprising, but it was basically the whole song every single time.
Okay, Chicago DJs, step up your fucking game. And Adriel's gonna go to Chicago during the summer.
Yeah.
Okay. For one, I don't like to leave Toronto during the summer. It's one of the best cities in the world. But I have an idea of when the summer's done. And then after that, that's when I start my traveling. So I want to ask you guys, when is the summer over for you? Not the actual technical date, but when is the summer vibes done for you?
I think for me, it's done when TIFF is over. When TIFF is done, that's like we're officially in fall. Because every year that I've done TIFF, when the festival starts, you're wearing like short sleeves at nighttime. You can still get fits off. Even though it's only 10-day festival, by the end of the festival, you're putting on jackets at night. Like you're trying to wear a hat to keep warm. So I think when TIFF is over, like mid-September,
Okay.
that's like the end of summer to me.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
My summer vibes, they're done after Caravana.
Also, right now.
Yeah. I think post Caravana, like my summer energy is like it dipped. Yeah, yeah.
You had summer energy on Sunday.
I wanted to. I wanted to have summer energy on Sunday, but you know why? Like my energy was
Yeah, yeah.
But because I'm ruining birthday surprises.
100%.
But no, I'll still go outside a little bit and whatever. But like me wanting to like pre-plan day parties and all that after Caravana, that's dead.
Yeah.
If you invite me out and it hits all my categories for me to want to go, I might pull up. But yeah, in terms of like, yo, I'm trying to touch road and go outside. Nah, after Bana, that's it for me.
That's fair.
What about you?
That's fair. Yeah, honestly, for me, it's probably Labor Day weekend, and it's like done.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like Labor Day is like the actual end because people go to the cottage. It's like the last time to like do outside stuff. Like Labor Day weekend feels like the last time you can like kayak.
Yeah,
you know, or like be on the water.
Yeah, it's like the last week. Yeah, every Labor Day we go to my my wife's cottage, and it's like the last time. Exactly, last time I'm in the water drinking beers. You know, then it's just like it's like inside.
So maybe what I think is more Black people need to adopt the Labor Day, because I think ending the summer at Caravana is not a great end. Because one, Caravana weekend, you're usually doing the most. So to end your summer drunk for 96 hours and your back is hurt and your feet are hurting.
It was an abrupt stop to my summer.
It's a crazy way to end the summer. Labor Day weekend end of summer is you're ending on a chill vibe. You know? So
I
it's
love
like
Labor Day weekend.
it's like being outside means really being outside. So I think we gotta let's move the end of summer officially to Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, I will say though, it still is like 96 hours drinking for me, but
No, for sure. But your back's not gonna hurt. You know, like you'll be mostly seated.
Yeah, unless I go water skiing, because that's the new thing I'm trying to do.
Okay.
But
careful.
Gotta be careful. My arms are sore.
Yeah.
I went recently.
Okay, put down the guns, bro. Chill. My bad, Chris. All right, cool. I'm gonna adopt that from you guys, actually, especially from Chris. So, Labor Day weekend, that's all good. So we talked about the summer vibes.
Wait, you know what? The one thing we didn't do that we did talk about doing at one point, we never went fishing. Damn, and I mean, technically, it's not over yet. We could do like a fall fish.
I'm with it.
Whatever you guys want to do, I'm down. Just let me know a week in advance.
Yeah.
I also want to know what your Labor Day plans are going to be. Like, can you check back in with the podcast and tell us like what you do during Labor Day weekend?
Probably just gonna throw a barbecue at the crib. That's the only thing planned out right now.
That's a good move.
Find a wife. I don't know.
Time coded.
I could fish Labor Day weekend, but we'll see. We'll keep the listeners are on their toes. They're waiting to see when we're all gonna link up and vlog.
Fish vlog.
Yeah, we should actually do a fishing vlog. Especially me, I can't swim. Crazy.
We'll get you. I don't worry. We got extra life jackets for you.
Just give me a bright orange one, Doug, so you can see me when I'm drowning. Okay, guys, I wanted to step into the music room with y'all, and I have to bring up something.
Okay.
Adriel, you're okay if I talk about your Soca affinity?
Yes. Go for it.
So this next question came from the Sunday when we went out to Jasmine's 30th. In the notes for the 30th, one of the criterias for the event was there's going to be Soca playing all night. Me, I'm not the biggest Soca fan, but I can listen to a little Soca in the background. Adriel, not on that wave. Anti-Soca, doesn't absolutely hate it, but he's just not with it. So I need to ask you guys, what's a genre of music that you guys cannot get into?
Chris?
I don't know. Apparently there's a genre, and this is what I would call it too. But stomp clap music. Have you heard that genre?
What is that?
Like, I'm talking like Lumineers of Monsters and Men, where it's just like, and it's like that. It's poppy, kind of indie. Yeah. I think it's like a joke that they call it stomp clap music.
I know what you're talking about. It's kind of like a folkish music, but with more energy.
Poppy, folky, and it's just I don't.
Yeah, okay. I don't like almost like Imagine Dragons adjacent.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Blue Man Group when you said stomp clap.
Yeah, that might be better.
For me, I think it's Soca. Like any music, I can't take in like more than 2 songs at once. Like that is like when I was on the apps, if someone said like Soca is their favorite genre, like you could be fine as ever.
It wasn't for you?
Because here's my thing. If we're chilling in the crib and we're playing music and you're playing Soca, I'm going to be dying to leave. Like, I'm going to find every reason to leave the house.
Am I allowed to make this a clip?
Of course.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to be finding a way to leave the house. Like, if you're playing Soca all the time, even dancehall, I can do more dancehall.
Okay.
But dancehall can get to a point when it's like, I need to switch it up. Like, let's even go reggae for a few minutes and come back to dancehall.
Yeah.
But Soca is probably the one for me because I don't got a problem with metal. Certain dance music I don't got a problem with.
You listen to metal over Soca?
For sure. Easily.
Yo, it's going to be a great clip. I can't wait to edit this one.
I also think I'm a drummer. So metal is more,
okay.
That's fair. Okay.
You can find what you like.
Like there's obviously levels for sure. Like when metal's like inaudible and you're like, I don't know what words you just said for 2 minutes. I'm not into that.
No, but the drummers go crazy.
Yeah,
but the drummers go crazy. And there's like lighter versions of metal, Like I don't need to have the like real screamo.
Did you ever see Slipknot? Like, obviously Slipknot.
Yeah.
But like, did you ever see when their drummer would like be in this like crazy rig where like he's doing his solo or whatever and it spins like pulls him up in the air. He goes like upside down.
No, that's
and he's
crazy.
like just doing his full set, like spinning around.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what metal gives you. So I would say metal over Soca.
Okay, so stomp clap,
stomp clap,
and Soca.
What's yours?
I'll say EDM. I can't really get
Mhm.
into EDM.
Yeah, I feel that.
Can't really get into EDM. I was gonna say like Spanish music,
Mhm.
like Latin music, but
Yeah.
Oh,
when I went to
really?
Miami, no, like before when I was younger, I would say Latin music just because
Mm.
the I couldn't understand the lyrics, but the vibes were there, but I just couldn't get into the lyrics.
Mhm.
But then when I went to
Ah.
Miami, we went to a Latin club.
You didn't need the lyrics.
What,
Yeah.
man?
Everyone's
What?
moving on the floor. You're
Come
good.
on, dog.
You're good.
I was good. My shoulder was shaking.
That's not all that was shaking.
No,
bro.
it was good vibes. It was good vibes. So I was in need of a Latin DJ, a good one, and I just didn't
Mhm.
get that in Toronto because we don't
Mhm.
have a big Latin community.
Yeah. I feel like all the genres we just named, maybe you're safe with your genre, but I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for sure.
You are gonna get cooked.
Yeah.
But that's good, dog.
No, it's great.
It's
It's great.
amazing.
But it's funny because my spin class, my first time going to spin class, it was like soca. And I told them about our clip. And I said, yeah, I host a podcast and we had a whole segment about me hating soca.
We did.
He's not
And-
trying to make friends there. I guess,
Yeah.
eh?
And I said, can I suggest music that's not soca here? They said I could, so I went to dancehall right away, kind of cleaned things up a little bit. But I would say that in a spin class, soca's not so bad.
Soca's perfect
Nah,
for a
yeah,
spin
that makes
class.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
perfect.
it has its place. It has its place.
Soca size. A lot of people do like the Soca
Yes.
exercise classes. So.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have no big issue with Soca. And I'm not even just saying that to save face. Like, Soca's alright to me. Like, it's
Yeah.
cool. But I'm more of a
Mhm.
dancehall guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Jamaican in me.
Yep.
My next question for the music room for you guys. No transition. I'm getting straight into the question. Is there an artist out there that you guys thought was going to be bigger than what they ended up being?
Ooh. I want to hear Chris's.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I got two that I'm thinking of specifically. Like early days, like when I was young, who I thought was like gonna go somewhere who I was really into. Murphy Lee from the Saint Lunatics.
Murphy Lee.
wow.
Yeah. Murphy's Law, that album,
Oh,
2003.
I did not see that coming. That's great. So what can you tell me what you were thinking?
Honestly, I just thought he was like so cool up there with
Mhm.
Nelly,
Mhm.
Air Force Ones. I don't know. I was just like, I thought Murphy Lee was just like, I liked his vibe. So I don't know. When I was young, I thought, I was like, oh, he's gonna be like the next Nelly.
Nah, Murphy Lee was cool.
He's
for
gonna
sure.
pop off.
Mhm, mhm.
Modern day, I thought Valet would have been bigger.
Yeah,
He had a bit of
I
a-
remember that time.
Like
was a
2018, 2017, Womp
there were-
Womp came out.
Yeah, there was a time when it was like, okay, he's gonna pop for
Yeah.
sure. Honestly, it's not one of my answers, but from that time, I would say Pill from MMG.
I thought Pill was going to be
Ooh,
bigger.
Yeah, I was a big MMG person back
I
then.
thought
like
Stally was going to be bigger too.
same, yeah. Wale's going on tour. We got to go see that.
I'm down for
Oh,
that.
that'd be good.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. That Pill from that era. But I have two. One is a Canadian group. It actually was my first real concert, but I loved them before this. Down with Webster.
Oh yeah,
And then when I saw them live, I was like, nah, they're it.
yeah.
Like they broke up, so I think I get like a bail in that. But I felt like, rock rap mix, two rappers, singer, and the singer live was like really, really good. So yeah, I thought they were gonna I thought they could be like a cooler Linkin Park. Like I was like,
Yeah.
the rapping is probably better with these two than Linkin Park. Maybe not as like hardcore, but it never
yeah.
turned out. Yeah. And then Chitty Bang is the other one.
Chitty Bang.
Okay, yeah.
I
can
was
see that.
I was a big Chitty Bang fan. Like I had all the mixtapes. Like that was my
Yeah.
alarm at one point. Like,
Yeah, he's from Philly, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Down with Webster's like they always they're like gym class heroes light. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what I'm
Hero.
saying.
dude,
like,
but I did fuck with gym class
I
heroes.
did too in high
Yeah.
school.
See, you had to, yeah, dude. The only, you know what I never really loved? Rich Girl, the Hall & Oates cover that
yeah, that was the one I was like,
they did.
I
Didn't need
liked
it.
it, but I was like, we didn't need this. Like, we didn't
Nah.
need this. And then when I got into them and heard their album cuts, I was like, oh, y'all be rapping. So I didn't know they were rapping like that at first. I just heard
The pop ones.
the singles, whatever. And then once I realized that they were like rapping, and this is how deep I was in. They had a YouTube channel where they were doing freestyles.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Anyways, that's a whole different time.
Crazy.
Yeah.
For another day.
Who are yours?
I got two actually, and they're both. One's like early 2010s, one's later 2010s.
Mhm.
So I'll start with my first one. I really thought that Asher Roth was gonna be a guy.
Oh.
I thought he was gonna be the dude, man. To be honest with you, I thought he was gonna be one of
I
the
was
bigger
with you on
artists.
that one.
Yeah, because when he came out with that college track, I'm like, yo, this guy's a vibe.
He could rap.
And he can bar up too. I think
Lark on my go-kart.
yep, that was a big one. Lupe had a remix on one of his tracks. Fuck, I'm gonna figure it out right now.
And didn't he do a mixtape with DJ Cannon?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He did. And he bodied that shit too.
Yeah, actually.
I remember he was on the Fat Raps remix on Big Sean's Finally Famous 3, and his verse killed. And I was like, oh, he still got it. Yeah, no, he did a track with Mike Posner. I was a huge Mike Posner fan back in the day.
Nice.
Crazy time in my life.
Would you say that
I think Mac Miller took Asher Roth's
yeah.
Asher Roth low-key rap better than Mac Miller. That's the crazy part. And Mac could spit too.
Yeah, Mac, I think he's just better all around, like musician.
all around musician, yeah.
I feel like, what's it called? Asher Roth kind of paved the way for, actually, maybe not. I was going to say Little Dicky, but not really.
No.
Little Dicky's more comedian.
You guys check out the We Beaming remix. Asher Roth, he killed it.
Oh, I'm saving us. I forgot about that song. I used to
Yeah.
run that song on repeat.
You guys check that out. But yeah, I had Asher Roth as one of them. I thought he was going to be huge when I was in high school. And honestly, bro, I actually this is where I came up with this question.
Mhm.
I felt really bad for this artist because I truly feel like this artist just came 5 years too late before the wave
Mhm.
that I'm going to mention. And this artist is Dej Loaf.
Dej Loaf was it.
I thought Dej Loaf was gonna be a problem. When I heard Me, You, and Hennessy, I was like, no, she's gonna be it. And if she came out a little bit later,
I don't think that's what it was though. Because I feel like at that time, you're right. Like I was with you. Like she was it. And if you think about where female rap is now, like
she would fit right in right now and body these girls.
Huge.
But I think she like kind of like slowed down.
She did 100%.
I think
part of it's on her.
I think if she stayed consistent, she would have been.
Part of it's on her. One thing is too, when she came out, it wasn't really the natural girl wave. It kind of we got out of that and it started turning into like the BBL
The pussy
era.
rap wave.
Yeah, and that wasn't like. And those girls weren't super talented.
Wasn't she
until
dating
like Cardi
Lil Durk?
and them?
Yeah,
popped
she
up.
dated Lil Durk.
She was, and that kind of maybe that made her hesitate with music. I don't know in depth, but like when it comes to talent,
that might be the best answer, honestly.
I think she was. I think she was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Bro.
Dej Loaf is like DeMarcus Cousins level of like what if.
Yeah, Dej Loaf was a
Like-
problem.
No, because at that time, you know what's crazy? Now that you mention it, like I kind of don't think that it's like a matter of it didn't work out. I think if she just kept going, it would have worked out.
She's kind of fell back.
Because to me, I think she cut through all of that. Like kind of how Lil Sims is now, of like there's all this pussy rap going on, and Lil Sims is just
I'm in my lane.
doing their own thing. Like Lil Sims is almost kind of a better version of Rhapsody in that way. Of like Rhapsody's in their own lane too, but Lil Sims is kind of like doing it at the higher level.
I don't think her sound fit that time. I think it fits more now.
But I think that's why she stood out, because I feel like she, like now there's probably a few female rappers men listen to, but men were listening to her at that time.
Yeah.
Like most of the people I knew were fans of her were dudes.
Yeah.
And like that wasn't even a thing at that time. So it's like if she kept going, like if you're a female rapper and dudes are your fan base.
Her comp was like Tory Lanez, technically.
Yeah,
if you really
like-
think about it. Like she can kind of sing rap.
Mhm.
Like she was a vibe.
Smooth,
Man.
like
Pretty girl, good
Yeah.
vibes. Like
even the shit Gunna's doing now, like
it's that same lane, right?
Yeah.
So it would have took one Drake feature and then boom. We'd be seeing Dej everywhere.
Because who's the female right now that a lot of men listen to? Like obviously we're the Glorilla podcast unofficially, so big shout out Glorilla. I think
TGIF.
you know she's one of those. But who else is the female rapper that like a lot of men listen to? Because Dej Loaf would have been the winner in that category by a mile.
Nobody in that category, I would say, because none of them can sing. None of the female rappers can really sing. So yeah, maybe Doja.
I was
But
gonna
the
say
thing is,
Doja is the only, but Doja's
but
more.
she's so mainstream and
Yeah.
popish that I can't even throw her in there. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, that's a. I would let us know in the comments. Like, who are the people y'all thought were gonna be the ones? This is a convo. This could be its own podcast, honestly.
100%.
And I think about the time when you're like really into an artist for like whatever 18 months or 2 years, and you're really really tapped in, and then
What about like Tia Corinne or like Rico Nasty? I think
Yeah,
Ooh.
Rico
some
should
dudes I
have been
feel
a
like a
lot bigger.
listener.
Rico should have been a lot
Yeah.
Honey Cocaine.
bigger. Yeah.
Honey cocaine. That was
Yeah.
a time. Whoa.
That was like just after Dej Loaf, I feel like.
Mhm.
Yeah, that era was very weird for female rap. Like a lot of people just came and left and they didn't really have a sound that stuck. I think that was because Drake, the big three was just very fucking dominant at that time. And Nicki was just fucking
Yeah, true.
dominant.
And I think is making the transition because that's really like pre-streaming. Like that's the LimeWire era.
That's transitioning
Yeah.
from ringtone rap into streaming rap.
Yeah, and it's like there was like ringtone rap and then that like blog era for a few years where we're
yep.
downloading stuff. And then streaming came after that. And it's like, how many artists didn't make it from blog era to streaming successfully?
It was a weird time.
Like there's a few, like I think Wale's one of those people too. It's like Wale was huge in the blog era. He had some hits after in the streaming era, but like way less hits than in the blog era. So I think Dej is one of those people. It's like,
and the hits in the blog era were a lot of poppy type tracks. Like look at Nicki. Nicki had to go in the blog era. She
super
went
bass,
super pop.
yeah.
Like it was crazy. So
Damn.
tough.
Yeah.
All right, on to sports. Chris is killing the transitions today. Okay, so as a lot of you guys know,
Mhm.
Olympics are done. Before I get to my main sports question, I want to ask you guys, do you guys feel like this was a good Olympics, a bad Olympics? How do you guys feel?
Best Olympics in my lifetime.
Really?
I think the only thing that I would enjoy from another Olympics was when Usain Bolt was breaking records as a proud Jamaican. That this, goes without saying. But as a whole of an Olympics, this is probably my favorite Olympics that I've ever watched.
That's fair.
I think, yeah, I'm with you in terms of the sports itself. In terms of like how they've conducted the Olympics, is not one of my favorites. I think Tokyo is probably up there for me. But yeah, in terms of like how engaged I was in all the events and stuff, like, yeah, I'm locking in on this Olympics. It was pretty good. And the medals came out pretty nice too. One thing I would say, Paris, the water situation with the swimming, that was fucking, come on, man.
That was
There's
crazy.
billions of dollars going into this event. Like,
Wait, I was gonna say, did you say like the medals look nice?
I like the medals.
But did you see? So there's a skateboarder. You know who Naja Houston is?
I saw that too.
Yeah.
I was rusting and shit
Yeah, you
after.
can see it, like him and all his boys are wearing it, sweating it out.
Yo, I got
Looked
a
a little
little
rough.
thing. I got a little thing in mind.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear
A
it.
little conspiracy. I think France was finessing, bro.
Mm.
I think they pocketed a lot of the bread, fam. The medals look like shit after, right? The water had E. coli in it.
And they spent a shit ton of money.
Where'd the fucking money go? The beds? Did you see the beds? Cardboard beds. The food, I heard the food was mid.
Okay.
I think France was finessing, and I also think they were kind of finessing. I don't know. Knock on wood. I don't even know if that's wood. Knock on it. France got to the women's final, and they deserved it.
Oh,
The men's
referees.
basketball final, and they deserved it. These are all good teams. And the men's soccer finals. Interesting coincidences there.
Yeah, the home cooking with the referees is something people were
There's
definitely
something
talking
there,
about.
man.
About them like pocketing money and stuff. I don't think you're crazy in that assumption because the Olympics over the past 20, 25 years, actually starting with 96 in Atlanta, after that, basically every Olympics has lost a ton of money. Like billions of dollars. Famously Montreal took them 30 years to pay that money back.
Yeah.
So I think that is part of, France, like they're thinking of, we got to do a good job, but like we can't have the whole country, city go into debt because of this.
Yeah, did you see after Brazil?
A couple weeks, yeah.
Did you see after Brazil, like all the arenas and shit? They look like fucking apocalypse shelters,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. So I think that's a part of it. To talk a bit about the E. coli and the water, obviously a serious subject, but I thought it was so funny that they were spending all this money to clean the water. It still wasn't clean. The mayor of Paris was like, I'm going to swim in the water to show that it's clean. That was pretty funny. But in my head, I always said, y'all go swim in this water regardless. Y'all didn't train your whole life
to not
swim in this water.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a bad way to look at it and maybe a little mean. But in the end, it's like, clean or not clean, you're swimming in this water. So I appreciate the effort, the trying, but the whole time that's all I'm thinking is like, You ain't trained your whole life for this Olympic Games, and you're not swimming in the water.
I think LA is gonna cook, bro. I think LA is gonna go really hard for the Olympics.
Mhm.
The only thing I'm worried about, because I want to go to LA for the 2028 Olympics,
Mhm.
but I'm worried about one, the traffic in LA is already fucked up.
Yep.
Two, there's gonna be way too many celebrities. And
Yeah.
three, niggas aren't realizing LA is not a safe place. And you put some of the richest people in the world all in one city for 12 days, 14 days.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little shaky in LA. A lot of niggas are gonna get robbed, bro.
It's
That's
getting
a-
rougher nowadays too.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a big thing. I think LA's more prepared though because the Ram Stadium.
They got plenty. They got the Forum.
But they've been planning like the Ram Stadium. They got the deal to make that stadium for the Olympics.
Mm.
Like it wasn't actually for the Rams. So it's like they at least have some kind of planning
That's
ahead,
good, that's
infrastructure. But you're right. Like it could get dangerous.
It could get really dangerous in LA.
Um,
The traffic's gonna be really shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, people just be safe in 2028. I'm trying to go there, but I want to be in there I want to go to Vegas, then LA for 2 days, and then I'm back. I don't want to talk to nobody, see nobody.
Yeah. Hotel to the venue.
Straight.
Nothing in between.
Straight.
I think what made this Olympics memorable for me, at least, is definitely the basketball. Like Canada losing, that was tough to watch.
It was.
Like that was a tough game. Jamal Murray just like lost his powers like it was Space Jam. But seeing USA basketball win, that was like a big moment for this era of basketball. And it's crazy to think like if Steph Curry's not on that team, do they win? Like.
Yeah. One thing I really took away from this is that the talent gap is very, very small. Yeah, you can assemble the greatest players in the world, but without training and prep, some of these teams can just pull up on you, and it's just a different type of basketball. At the end of the day, you're lacing up against a nigga in front of you, bro. It's not the NBA where you're getting all the touches, the team's built around you. No. So you got to figure out in a different way. The talent gap, a lot smaller. Mentioned on the last pod, 9 international players played, the Dream Team won. Now it's 61 players internationally
Very different.
playing in this tournament. So that shows me that, yes, this team is good, but I don't personally have them as the best Team USA team. On paper, name-wise, they are the best Team USA team, but I don't have them as the best Team USA team.
I think that's fair because if you look at the games that they played, how close they were, like they had heroics to win some of these games. That's happened in the past, of course. Kobe in 08 was an important one. Durant in 2012 was another one. But I think like this is the kind of team that you would think would win these games by 1,000,000 points.
100%.
And that's not what happened at all. The thing that I really paid attention to was this whole thing about Jason Tatum not playing. Everyone's been talking about that a lot. I'm watching the games and I'm like, I don't see Jason Tatum saving the day here. Like I'm not watching this game and saying if Tatum played, it wouldn't be so close.
It's tough for Tatum because he's the prototypical player. If you're playing 2K, you want your player just as tall as Tatum, can shoot like Tatum,
handle
like Tatum, pass like Tatum, rebound, everything. The thing is with Tatum, he doesn't do one thing more elite than somebody else on Team USA, in my opinion.
Exactly. No, I think you're right.
And he also, what a lot of people don't realize, this was technically the last dance for Steph, KD, Bron. Tatum fits in the position of 2 of those 3 people. It's going to be tough to really get him on the court.
But you know who took Tatum's minutes that we're not talking about? Devin Booker.
But Booker, he filled his position. Tatum went 0 for 11 the entire tournament.
But that's what I'm saying is that Booker, to me, like I would put him on the same level in the NBA. Like I don't think Tatum's much better than Booker. I think Tatum has a higher profile because he plays on a winning team. Booker just started winning a few years ago. But Booker can scale up and scale down to be a role player.
True.
I think that's what Tatum, a skill he doesn't have, where you need me to just do this and be a role player. He hasn't shown he can do that.
That's why I think Tatum's going to thrive next Olympics because he's probably, him and AE are probably going to be the guys.
See, I'm going to tell you this. I don't think he's going to be the guy. I think we're penciling him in for next year's. Maybe it's a hot take or next Olympics. I don't think he's going to be the guy.
Who's going to be the guy?
I think it's going to be Cooper Flagg.
Cooper Flagg's not going to be the guy so early.
I think it's going to be Cooper Flagg. I think it's going to be AE.
I'm leaning more on AE.
I think it's going to be Jaylen Brown. I think
Jaylen Brown's not playing. After Nike just dissed him, he's not coming.
A lot could happen in 4 years, man. I'm not going to do that.
All right.
Listen, there are a lot of guys who are not Nike who are playing on this team. Steph Curry being one of them.
I got you on AE.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you there.
So I I think it's going to be Cooper Flag and Jaylen Brown. I know it's early for Cooper Flag. Usually a player in his fourth year is not.
2032, I think, is Cooper Flag's time.
But the way AE was like a starter and player on this team and he's in his fourth year, I think Cooper is that level. And I think that, to me, I think the difference of Cooper Flag is he can already hang with these guys. Like, he's already on this level. I think AE over the past couple of years grew to become this player. Cooper Flag got Anthony Davis on a switch a couple months ago and tried to pull up three. Like, who in the league is doing that?
We'll see. I don't have. It's too early for me. It's too early for me. Because I'll be his third year in the league. Yeah, it's a little early.
I'm gonna believe in the Great White Hope. Like, I know it's a lot to put on him so early, but I said this to my brother. I'm like, when it comes to these prodigies in sports, don't overthink it. Like, we always want to see who can do what, and my example is always Luka. Luka was MVP of a pro league with adults as a teenager. That's never happened in NBA history. Can we name another person that's done that? So when it comes to the league and he kills, and now he's been to the finals and leading the league in scoring, it's like, of course, he's a prodigy.
I think one will never know until 2028. Who knows where I'll be? I'll be in LA. But one thing I will say, yeah, it's early for Cooper. Things could change. Maybe he has a crazy first 3 years and they just give him the keys. I do feel like Team USA is going to, especially Grant Hill, is going to feel like, oh, we owe Tatum. Tatum put in all this work, put in all this time and the controversy. And I feel like Tatum's still going to be young and he's going to go on some bully mode shit the next couple years. Even though he doesn't have the aura of a superstar, he's going to have the play of a superstar.
Well, we can move on after this. Why I'm saying that I don't think that's going to be the case is because when he was on the team last time, that wasn't the case. Anytime he's been on the team, he's been a solid player, but he's never been the guy with the aura who you're passing the ball to. That's never been the case on this team. And to me, I think his playing style isn't fit for the Olympics and the way that he likes to settle for jumpers and not really get to the rim.
I guess we'll see.
No, we're gonna find out. So in the comments, let us know. I'm Team Cooper Flag. If you're Team Tatum, like, here's the crazy part.
No. Don't phrase it like that. Who's gonna be the guy for the 2028 team?
Who's gonna be the guy?
Isn't that what we're talking about right now?
Yeah. Okay. I'm saying Cooper Flag.
Okay. Cool. I think Tatum's gonna be, or I did also say Ant, but I think Tatum's probably gonna be the guy.
What's gonna happen in 3 years when Cooper Flag is a better player than Tatum?
I'll be happy. I'm not a Tatum fan, bro. I'm just going off the optics.
Okay, fair enough.
My next question to you guys for basketball, 2028. Is it an easy goal for the U.S.?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They barely won this time. Like, that Serbia game, tough W. Yeah. That France game, like, maybe some home cooking because France is at home and they got the crowd. But that wasn't an easy game. And I think the gap between the rest of the world and the USA is really closing in. There's a stat that someone was talking about how Tatum was the only first team All-NBA player on the team. The other All-NBA players are all leaving the team. Most of them. It's Halliburton, who barely played, and Ant and Tatum. These other teams are going to have almost equivalent talent level, at least at the top. Now, the U.S. will always have, like, again, an NBA All-Star.
The whole team will be All-Stars.
As a 12th man. But I think these teams are now going to have future Hall of Famers, All-Stars, All-NBA players in their starting lineup.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to really make it a close game. Because if you look at it this way, like, Spain was a power for so long. Spain wasn't even a title contender this time going around. Canada lost in an upset to France. People choosing Canada to make it to the finals. Germany, which won the World Cup last year, also lost to France. That's 3 teams that historically have been competing that weren't even involved this time around. And that's not to mention
Australia's going to get better.
Australia, Serbia, France. So there's so many teams.
I think next Olympics is going to be the tightest, for basketball at least, it's going to be the tightest talent gap that we would ever see between the U.S. and whoever's the second best team. I think it's going to be the smallest talent gap that we will ever see, bro.
You said that France is going to win in 2028 before the Olympics even started. Are you still sticking with that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going with Serbia. I think what Jokic showed me in that game is, like, still can't be stopped.
Yeah, facts.
And I think that Embiid had probably the best game of the whole tournament against him. Anthony Davis can't stop him. Both those guys are going to be older.
Yeah.
By 2028.
And that's the thing with the US, man. The bigs is just going to be, I don't see any young bigs coming in the game right now.
Mhm.
So you're going to have to beg Bam to come back.
Yeah.
And yeah, who else? Who else is a big that they're going to?
Jared Allen.
Jared Allen and Walker Kessler. Like, that's food.
Yeah. Mobley. Like,
yeah. So it's not looking too great for the US, but
Mhm.
we'll see still. Like, there's still the USA, bro. Like,
yeah. I actually want to see them lose. Like, not like I hate for the US, of course. Love Chicago.
Yeah.
No, US does what it does. But I think what it would mean for the players on the other team to win, like those guys on France now who are trying to get NBA contracts, that's a cool story. Seeing these other players have the success in the international game, it kind of means something for the NBA career. Like if you guys remember 2 years ago, Larry Markkinen was killing in FIBA, came to the NBA.
Yeah.
Or came
or like Finland or something. I forget where.
Yeah, Finland. Came back to the NBA, was an all-star that year. So I think that there's something for the non-US players that really pushes their career forward.
I'm interested to see how the next World Games go.
Mhm.
Next FIBA World Games go because Team USA lost. last
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
right? So I'm interested to see because hopefully they put out a better team this upcoming year.
Yeah. I just want to see Canada just keep getting better and better, you know?
We got a medal. Yeah, we got a medal. We have, I think our last medal was like 1936 for basketball.
Yeah.
It was like something crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
but they're getting better.
No,
more
100%.
players, you know?
We had a really good team.
Yeah.
We did. It was disappointing. And I saw this stat that Steve Nash made the Olympics in 2000 and never made the Olympics again in his career. And Steve Nash played basically 100 years. And it's like, not take this for granted. Like, I know we have a great team and we assume we're going to make it next year, but like, we haven't shown that we're there yet. Like, we have the talent, but let's show up and perform. So I'm excited for them going forward because we had a great team, but I think we have the same problem as the Americans with our big men.
Yeah, Zach has to play.
Oh, yeah.
Next Olympics for sure. Damn. Guys, we did episode 60 of the Mayor's Office podcast.
60.
Episode 60 of the Mayor's Office podcast. And you know how we close each and every episode. We have our animation suggestion. We have our non-rap suggestion. Chris has his creator showcase.
Do I?
Or somebody's going to have a creator showcase by the time we get to that point. I want to start real quick with our animation suggestion. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You guys probably all have Prime Video.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime is a staple in most households, as do I. Amazon Prime decided to come out with a reimagining of a oldie but a goodie. So in the 90s, there was a Batman cartoon that came out and it was very predominant, okay? This cartoon, Batman the Animated Series, was my first real introduction to Batman as a kid. One of the best animated cartoon series of all time, especially in the superhero genre.
Yeah.
This cartoon actually introduced Harley Quinn as a character. She wasn't a character in the comics. She started off in this cartoon.
Oh, wow.
Mark Hamill was the Joker.
Yep, I remember that.
You know what I mean? And, what's my guy's name that just passed away and he was Batman's voice? Anyway, he was one of the most iconic Batman voices, okay? So they remade it and they called it Batman Caped Crusader. Okay? Good show. Season 1's out. It's on Netflix. Animation's good. Storyline's good. I'm happy with it.
I need this as like a background show. I think would be a good one for me. The original, man, you brought back memories just bringing that up. Like, the original was very, very much
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Sorry. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy.
Shout out Kevin Conroy. But yeah, the first one was definitely big nostalgia vibes. I like this kind of remake that they're doing of some of these old cartoons. Because I think people our age are really more into these.
Yeah, like
cartoons.
the X-Men cartoon that I told you guys is the best show that I've watched this year.
Yeah.
That's up there. So I'm happy to see this too. Like, this is bringing my inner child out, my Saturday morning cartoon out.
I want to suggest something for the next podcast. Hopefully we can do this, but I told you guys last time I'm watching The Sopranos for the first time. I'm on season 5.
Nice.
By the next time, maybe I'll be finished and we could talk about it. People talk about Sopranos versus The Wire. So far, I'm still choosing The Wire over The Sopranos. but I understand why that debate is there. But hopefully, my next episode, I'll be finished the series and we can talk about The Sopranos in full.
All right, guys. So non-rap suggestions. How are you guys feeling?
I'll go first because I picked mine very late. But I had the pleasure of seeing this group live. One of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Okay.
Your boy Drake came out for this show, so that was exciting.
Okay.
But Majid Jordan, Waves of Blue.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say party.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Is that R&B?
is Majid Jordan R&B?
I would.
I know this song doesn't feel R&B. This song feels more like pop dance, but I can find another song if you want me to find a song.
You're good. I'm just going with your rules.
No. Listen.
You set the rules, buddy.
I'm all about following the rules. If you know me, I love rules.
Big rule guy.
Big rule guy. Adriel the Ruler. Yeah, so Waves of Blue, Majid Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah. If not into Majid Jordan, please tap in. Underrated group. Like most of all the music is no skips.
Yeah, I thought it was one person when I first heard it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's a group.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Division.
Yeah.
What do you got, Chris?
So I got I can't remember what movie I saw this on, but it was playing in the background. It's the song's called it's a remix of P.I.M.P. by 50 Cent, but it's it's just all rhythmic. It's the I'm gonna butcher this name. Bacchio Rhythm and Steel Band. They're like steel drums, stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got a good vibe. They have another one. I think they do This Is How We Do by 50 Cent, which was kind of cool. But this one's way better.
Okay.
I gotta peep that.
Yeah,
tap in on that for
Yo,
sure.
it's good like background music. Maybe you're cooking dinner, hanging out, just throw it on, and then people be like, "Oh, is this PIMP? the steel pan version?
Don't kill me.
Steel Pan PIMP is pretty crazy.
Dude, is hard.
He doesn't like Steel Pan because they play
Oh yeah,
No,
true.
I
It's not your
like
genre.
Steel Pan. I like Steel Pan.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Depends on what kind pans.
Yeah. Doesn't want the Trini pans.
Ew. Listen, don't let the soul people come after me.
Okay, I won't.
I know they're loud.
You know who's not loud? The dancehall community. I ended up going to Jerk Fest this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I was there Friday and Saturday. I was kind of helping out 9 Mile and stuff, but they did have some major performances.
Mm-hmm.
So the first day they had an artist named Massacre, big Jamaican artist.
Big artist.
And I went back into my catalog of the Massacre tracks that I like, and he has a song called Toxic World, and it's a vibe, and I really like that song. So that's gonna be my non-rap suggestion.
Any reason behind that song, or just you like how it sounds?
I really like how it sounds. The title just kind of like adds to my excitement, but I really like how it sounds. It's not like your typical dancehall sound.
All right, time code that.
Yeah. I'm not making that a clip.
He's not toxic.
So I'm gonna assume Chris doesn't have a creator showcase.
I could name. I got a podcast off Rip we could name, but
we did enough podcasts.
yeah. Now I'm at the point where I'm running out of
people to shout out.
Yeah, it's gonna be like all podcasts.
All right, creator showcase. We all drink. We all like liquor, but it's the flavor that we're looking for. We want something that tastes good. And I want to give a big shout outs to one of the best drinks that I've ever had. An alcoholic cocktail made from Pop's Punch. Big shout outs to Pop's Punch. It's about to be everywhere. You guys need to check out Pop's Punch. The drink is immaculate. Yeah.
I like the way we ended episode 60.
You can tell we're a little rusty.
Yeah.
One for the record books. I don't think so. I think we're.
You're a pessimist. You're an optimist. I'm a pessimist.
I think we're comfortable. Last but not least, my mother's turning 60, so shout out to her. Episode 60. Milestone birthday.
Big up Miss Smiley.
But
what's Miss Smiley doing for her birthday?
She went to Italy.
Come on, nothing less but the best.
Yeah, you know she has to do it big. So thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone making it to the end of the podcast. I appreciate y'all listening every single time. Find us on the interwebs, at The Mayor Media, at The Mayor's Office. On YouTube, like this video, comment, subscribe, share it with your people, and everyone listening on your podcast platforms, leave us a rating and a review, 5 stars, not a single star less. And until next time, know yourself, Know your worth. Oh, solid.